My parents told me they couldn't afford a vacation. I believed them, of course I did. I always did. Until the day nearly $10,000 vanished from my savings account without a whisper. Flights booked in my name, luxury suites under my identity, a trip to Mykonos, complete with a private driver and first-class everything. Still, I might have rationalized it all until my brother sent a text meant for our mother. That was the crack that let the whole truth bleed through. And when I finally replied, I only typed 2 words, read this. At 6:04 a.m., the sound came thick, frantic, violent. Fists and elbows slammed against my front door like thunder trying to break through wood. Through the peephole, I saw my father's face, flushed red, distorted by rage, lips drawn tight as if even his fury had run out of room. My mother's lip trembled, not with guilt, but with the panic of being caught. Behind them, my brother hunched over his phone, thumbs moving, probably rehearsing another lie to keep their story stitched together. I didn't open the door. Not yet. I wanted them to stand there in their designer shoes and sweat through their vacation shirts. Let them squirm in the silence that now separated us. Let them feel what betrayal tastes like when it's no longer disguised as love. 3 weeks ago, I was just the quiet one, the obedient son, the guy who didn't party, didn't spend, didn't ask for much, the one who paid bills without complaint, nodded along with sad stories about cutbacks, rising prices, sacrifices, the kind of son who gets used precisely because he's too trusting to suspect. When they said they'd be staying home this summer to save money, I simply smiled, offered to cover the groceries again, and wired some extra for their car insurance. That's the thing about trust, it doesn't shatter with a bang. It erodes silently over time until one morning you wake up, look at the people who raised you, and see strangers wearing their faces. It was a quiet Sunday morning when the notification arrived. I was brushing my teeth. $9,860 withdrawn from your secondary account. Flights, suites, a driver, every charge under my name. I thought maybe it was a glitch. I reread the message. Then a second one came in, from my brother. He never reads his statements, don't worry. Meant for Mom. Sent to me. I stared at that message for a long time, not shocked, not angry. Just or still, inside that stillness, something old inside me withered, the soft, forgiving part, the one that made excuses. I didn't respond. Instead, I started printing every statement, every debit, every signature I never signed, each receipt like a betrayal with a timestamp. I followed the paper trail, and it led 2 months of Deception Beach rentals, luxury spas, high-end boutiques. They'd been stealing from me with the confidence of people who believed I'd never notice. That night, I drafted a plan. Step 1, freeze the account. Step 2, report every charge as fraudulent. Step 3, file the identity theft report. Signed, timestamped, sealed. Step 4, email the travel itinerary to the fraud department. I even forwarded it to the Mykonos hotel. They'd returned to a trip that now cost them everything when it was done. I replied to my brother's message. Just 2 words, read this. Then I waited. I didn't sleep that night. I didn't need to. I sat at the kitchen table, watched the security camera feed on my phone. At 4:30 a.m., they returned from the airport. Their bodies were tired, brows furrowed, luggage dragging behind them, confused, probably, thinking it was just a mix-up. By 5:47, the confusion curdled into panic. By 6:04, they were at my door, hammering. I opened it slowly. My father stepped in first. His voice was low, heavy with venom. What the hell did you do? I met his stare, unwavering. I reported identity theft, fraud, standard procedure. You called the bank on your own family? My mother cried. No, I said softly, stepping aside. I protected myself from thieves. Her face twisted. You think we're thieves? You used my name, my money. You lied. What else should I call it? She didn't respond. Not out of denial, but because the words had stripped away her illusions. My brother finally looked up. You could have just talked to us, like you talked to Mom. I lifted my phone, showed him the text, the one he sent, the one that exposed it all. His mouth fell open, but nothing came out. I continued, my voice calm. Deliberate. The fraud investigation has locked your credit. Your passports are flagged. Travel suspended. And the hotel in Mykonos, they're billing you directly now. I sent them your actual cards. My father lunged. I took a single step. Back, no fear. Just distance. You ungrateful little ungrateful, I interrupted, my voice like ice cracking. I paid your mortgage for 2 years, cleared your debts, covered your messes. I believed desperately that you still loved me enough. Not to steal from me. Double quotes silence. For the first time, they had no excuses ready, no half lies to lean on. I turned to my brother. You were supposed to be better than them. His expression cracked, the weight of it too much. Then came the begging, the blame, the guilt tripping. My mother fell to her knees, sobbing. Father ranted about fixing it, but I had already crossed the bridge where emotion could be weaponized. I gave them 30 seconds to leave. You'll regret this, my father muttered. No, I said. You will. Lawyers are involved. You'll get the paperwork by Thursday. My mother tried one last angle. We just wanted a break. We thought you wouldn't notice. I know. I whispered, and that's the part I'll never forget. They left slower than they'd arrived, deflated, diminished. I didn't watch them go. I sat at the table, poured myself coffee, and reopened my spreadsheet. Every charge labeled, every document filed, cold, surgical, precise, no emotion left. To give, this wasn't revenge. This was survival. Anger fades, but betrayal like that deep, deliberate, familial needs more than forgiveness. It needs consequences etched in legal documents, red flags on bank accounts, revoked passports. Because love isn't always soft. Sometimes it's a scalpel. Sometimes justice doesn't shout. It just sits quietly behind a locked door and never opens again. They thought I wouldn't notice. Now they'll never forget.